given for child support. But if not under 18 years old, for example, child living with the wife, and they should pay. Hereinafter children, and it is the further purpose of this agreement to provide for the future custody, control, and the support of said children. And whereas it is desire and the intention of the parties to settle by agreement all of their marital affair with respect to property, financial, marital, spousal support or entertainment, use if applicable, and all issue relationship to their children, including custody, education, and child support. If applicable. Normally they divorce, they should make this marital settlement agreement. But someday, some person not write this document if they don't have any much or house, wow, too sweet. Too much sweat. Whereas it is desire and intention of the parties to settle by agreement all of their marital affairs with respect to property, financial matter, spousal support or maintenance, use if applicable, and all issues relating to their children, including custody, visitation, and child support, use if applicable. Now, therefore, in consideration if the premise and the marital premise and understanding herein contained, and for other good and valuable consideration, the parties agree to the following. Separation meaning they not divorce, just they gonna live separately. They don't have any duty against the other party. That's meaning separate. The parties agreed to permanently live separate and apart from the other party free from any control, retain, or other interference, direct or indirect, by the other party. And in that report, live as if she were sole and unmarried. Next page is just the state and county, something like that. That is you don't need that next page. Just not two, just one. Normally. Next page is just notary. Marital settlement agreement finish. Go to the notary public. They should be getting notary. That's making the two, meaning one for husband, one for wife. Two make is notary public. Next page, page 8. Page 8 is child custody and visitation. Choose one of the following. Child custody should pay, and visitation. Visitation, how many times I can see that the child, sometimes some wife, my husband didn't pay to me. In case after divorce, if the other party didn't pay child custody, should go to jail. That's a duty. Somebody didn't pay to the child support, and the other party is not approved for the child visitation, but that's illegal. Even pay or not, one party paid to have sole physical and legal custody of the child. We further agree that the custodial parents will make the major decision regarding the care and upbringing of said child or children. However, the other parent has the right to be notified of any major decision. The parties also agree to share in the equitable fashion the child's birthday, holiday, and all vacation. Furthermore, the parties agree to allow the other parents to have a frequent and liberal visitation with the child. auction. If the parties cannot agree on further visitation, then the something will have the right to be with the children as follow. Draft the schedule, example vacation, the period which of the children will spend with the non-custodial parents. Number 2, the husband and wife shall share joint legal custody. And then even just one party has the child visitation or custody, but legal custody is joint. Physically, I bring that's my children, that's a physical custody, but legal custody meaning my child go to the marriage, go to the middle school or high school, or go to hospital. In case they should make a decision, both parties. The other one is joint legal custody. Should remember 2, husband and wife shall share joint custody, joint legal custody for the minor children. Both parents shall retain full parental right and responsibility. Both parents shall confer with one another so that major decisions affecting the best interest and the welfare of the children may be determined jointly. Where reasonable possible, we further agree that something shall have sole physical custody of the children. Each party shall have full access to the children, medical, dental, or school record. The parties shall consult with one another with regard to all medical and educational matters, including religious, educational, and training. The party also agreed to share in unequitable fashion the children's birthday holiday, all vacation. Furthermore, the parties agreed to allow the other parents to have frequent and regular visitation with the children. The custodial parents will have the right to be with the children at least, but not limited to, as follows. Notice make a detailed schedule. In case not of the child custody, joint legal custody, sometimes if wife is husband getting child visitation, just the wife is child custody, but sometimes wife doesn't agree to visitation to child. In case the husband bring the child, go to the Disneyland or some place. In case wife reports, my husband brings my children, in case that's a legal problem, sometimes when you go to the working early in the morning and the freeway, that's a big sign, child missing something. But in case, if husband getting for the joint custody, in case not to go to the jail, if not, Wife doesn't want visitation to the child, but the husband is bring the child, he should go to jail. That's too terrible. Number 6, child support. Subject to the power of court of modifying these terms, shall pay to some amount, to pay to husband and wife, as and for children's support. The sum of price per month, week. This sum shall be payable on the first day of each and every month, commencing on date, month 2025. Said sum shall continue until the children. Sum shall continue meaning 18 years old for the children. 18 years he should pay. The sum shall continue until the children shall have married. If the child is married before 18 years old, need not pay to the child support, or died, or become self-supporting, or reach the age of 18. Furthermore, if the parents obligate to pay said support, receive as increase in salary or income in the further future, the amount of child support shall increase proportionately. Said sum shall be reduced by something, or shall be reduced proportionately for each child, each the age of 18, or otherwise emancipated. The party agree that the sum will carry the maintained life insurance, naming the children irrevocable beneficiary. Irrevocable beneficiary don't change, meaning said life insurance is in the amount something. Okay. 10-minute break. We should go to the restroom and outside. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number 2, also, wife transferred to husband as he sold, that change household and separate property. The following. Division of debts. Husband shall pay the following debt and will not at any time hold wife responsible for them, and shall indemnify the wife from any liability on same. 2, wife shall pay the following debt and will not at any time hold the husband responsible for them, and shall indemnify husband from any liability on the same. Number 4, alimony. Both parties hereby by agreeing to waive any right or claim that either may not have or in the future to receive alimony, maintenance, or spousal support from each other. Both parties understand the full importance of this property. Normally, number force alimony in the United States not using this word alimony. Alimony is spousal support. 2. Monthly payment to amount shall pay to wife for her support or maintenance the sum how much per month or week, normally per month. This sum shall be payable on the first day or the 10 days or something, normally that's on the first day of each and every month, commencing on date, month 2025. Said sum will continue until choose any of the following. A. The date that either party dies. B. The date that receiving spouse married each other's specific date, and both of you agree on both parties intend that the amount of duration of the payment may or may not be modified by a court in the future. Three, lump sum payment. The parties hereby agree that in full payment of any claim or right to alimony, spousal support, or maintenance, the sum amount shall pay to wife the sum of amount, the same amount on the top, which shall be payable on date, something like that. Okay, next page, number 10, page 10. Furthermore, it is agreed that will carry and maintenance advocate health, dental, and hospitalization insurance for the children benefit. The shall each year transmit to the something evidence of payment showing that each date, each due premiums and assessment have been paid. Seven, necessary documents. The party agreed to execute and deliver to the other parties any document that may be responsibility required to accomplish the intention of this instrument, and shall do all the other party and the other necessary things to this end. 8. Income tax. For the year 2025, the parties shall file separate income tax return. Each party hereto shall receive the refund or pay additional tax based on his or her separate income. the date of separate, normally they should report separate income tax. In case they should refund money, also separate. Or some additional income tax, also make the separate. Or the party agreed to file a joint income tax return for the year 2025 in the event that there is a credit or any tax payment to some shall pay some of each tax payment, any tax payment. Usually children are involved. The parties agree that the may claim a federal dependency tax exemption for the children. Normally, income tax, somebody or children until the 25 years old. If 25 years old, they cannot pay the income tax. 9. Subsequent dissolution of marriage. Dissolution of marriage means separate. It is agreed a divorce. It is agreed that this agreement may be offered into evidence by either party in any dissolution of a marriage proceeding, and if acceptable to the court, this agreement shall be incorporated by reference in any federal judgment, a final judgment that may be rendered. However, notwithstanding incorporation in the final judgment, this agreement shall not be merged in it, but shall survive the final judgment and be binding on parties for all times. Representation. 10. Representation. The parties represent to each other. A. Each had the right to independent counsel. Each party fully understand their legal residence, and each is signing this agreement freely and voluntarily intending to be bound by it. B. Each has made a full disclosure to the other of his or her current financial condition. C. Each understand and agree that this agreement is intended to be the full and entire contract of their parties. D. Each agrees that this agreement and each provision, if it is expressly made binding upon the heirs, assigns, executors, administrators, successors, in interest and the representation of each party. Page 11. Change of name. The parties agree that the wife may have her name changed or restored to some name. This time is to change name, just the last name only. Before marriage, she getting last name, and then when they're married, they change for the last name to husband, the same thing to husband. When the separate, when the divorce, she wants some basic their name, she can get it. 12. Waiver of breach. No waiver of any breach by any party of the terms of this agreement shall be deemed to waiver of any subsequent breach. 13. Enforcement of agreement. Both parties agree that the court granting the divorce at the request of other parties insert in the final judgment a reservation of jurisdiction for the purpose of compelling either parties to perform this agreement, or any part of these thereof, the prevailing parties shall be accounted to attorney's fee in concern. Number 14, governing law. This agreement shall be interpreted and governed by the laws of the state of California, signed in the presence of name, wife's signature, witness of wife, signed in this presence of husband name, husband's signature, witness of husband. The both parties need a witness. This one making for the child custody and visitation. When they divorce, they making marital settlement agreement. When they divorce, that's not easy to making for the marital settlement agreement. Next day, we should do one more time is premarital agreement. Premarital agreement is the when they remarry, they making for the marital premarital agreement. Okay, too much to it today. I can't.